All right, what's going on, class? This is your professor, Dr. J.S.K. Austin, and this is the final week, yes, the final week of your 7315 course, which is your foundations course, which should be the first course that you took in the program, but hopefully it will not be the last. So you all have made it. You all have figured out what the workload of a typical CISL course would be like. You all have gotten your foundational knowledge, and now you are ready to complete the rest of the program and become the greatest librarians who have ever walked this planet. But there are a few things that I need to do as I close out this course, and so I am going to be doing those things now. We are going to try to keep this video within the 15-minute range, and don't forget, you can speed me up, and I taught you how to do that the first week. So let's I've got a little bit of a video that I want to show you, but before we even get into that, I just want to look at these assignments for a little while. First of all, assignment number 5 should already be turned in, the Problems, Methods, Critical Research essay. So if you have not turned that in, then you need to turn that in very, very soon. Because we are almost out of time anyway. If you have not turned it in yet, you can still get some late credit for it. So even though we are past the due date, even though I'm not really giving a grace period for this per se, I'm still going to accept it if you have not done it with late credit, but you need to get it to me by about Friday. And then, of course, because grades are due on July 30th, which is next Tuesday, all bets are off then. So if you have not turned in any outstanding work, really by Monday, because I have to get stuff in on Tuesday. So if you have not turned in certain things by I would say by Monday at midnight, then you are going to experience some issues, and there's not really much I can do about that. So go ahead and get your things turned in. However, having said that, let's take a look at assignment number 6, which will be due Sunday night. I just need to drive home a few things here, folks. So this assignment is due on the 28th, and I have to have grades turned in on the 30th. So that means I have a very short turnaround time to get final assignments in this class and in my other class graded and turned in to the University of Missouri prior to the deadline. I do not want to face the repercussions if I fail to do so. So you all are going to have to help me out, and the way that you help me out is, please, 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 this assignment is requesting a maximum of about 2.5 pages, 1,000 words. This is not something that you should be overachieving on. In fact, I know this may sound kind of harsh, but I'm just going to say it. Anyone who turns in a paper that is longer than 5 pages on this assignment, I'm probably going to fail you on the assignment because I don't have the time to get all the assignments graded and turned in prior to the deadline next Tuesday if you all insist on going too far over the page limit. So yes, I hate to be that. I know that's kind of ruthless on my part, but again, I have expectations I have to meet. So the assignment prompt clearly does say 1,000 words or less, about 2.5 pages. Again, if I see something that is over 2,500 words, if I see something that's over 5 pages long, I'm not going to attempt to grade it. I'm just going to record an F and move on. So take me seriously as I say that. And please just have fun with this assignment. It is not meant to be a difficult assignment, so don't make it difficult. I like to make the final assignment for foundations classes. I like for that final assignment to be an assignment that you can do very, very quickly. And that you can have a little bit of fun with and that you can likely get full points for. And that is your last attempt to make sure that you get an A if you don't already have one, or that you maintain an A if you are on the borderline. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Now, let's talk just a little bit about advocacy. I think advocacy is very important, and advocacy is well, it's, for one thing, it's what the assignment is about, your final assignment. But advocacy is also, in addition to being your final assignment, it is also the final module, and it's something that I take very, very seriously and that I think is very important. So I used to be a newspaper reporter. I think it's very important for libraries, especially public libraries, to work out some sort of good relationship with the media. And that way, when you have events that you would like to publicize through the media, they may be willing to assist you with that if you've got a good working relationship with them. And then also, the other thing that I would bring up is that the other thing to keep in mind is that there are incidents that can potentially happen at your library. And if you have a good working relationship with the media, then when unfortunate events do happen, you may get a fairer shake with the media if you have a pre-existing working relationship with them. And bad stuff can happen. You know, I've seen incidents in the library, including fights and sexual assaults, get reported in the media. There was a sexual assault that occurred actually a few months after I had left the public library that I had been working in previously, that same location, with patrons that I was familiar with, by the way. There was an incident. So anything can happen, but you want to be on friendly terms with your local media as much as possible, and that can kind of rein in potential mushrooming that can occur when something bad happens. So, having said that, let me see if I can get this YouTube video to play, and I'm going to play just a little bit of it. You can watch the entirety of this YouTube video, which is just 4 minutes and 22 seconds long. If you go to YouTube and type in Advocacy 101, getting your library story in your local news, then this video should come up. So I hope it will record my sound this time. Let's see.
Communities, they offer a lot of programs and a lot of assistance that a lot of people aren't even aware of. So the more that librarians can get this information out, the more that we can share it, the more people they can help.
Cobb County Libraries were the first public libraries in Georgia to host Vision to Learn.
An event like this, kids would get an appointment, they would show up, they would come get their initial screening. If it's seen fit by the doctor, they would get their exam. If the doctor says they need glasses, they would get to pick out their frames here on the clinic, and then they would get a free pair of glasses, and it's 100% free for the families.
When we announced to our community that we were doing free public screenings in our local libraries of our children, the response was overwhelming. There are so many stories, and we've got to make sure the decision makers and those people involved in impacting policy hear those stories in our libraries.
I pitched this story in an email to Merida Daily Journal reporters and editors. The day of the event, while I'm there in Mableton, Georgia, at the South Cobb Regional Library, the reporter leaves me a voicemail.
Hey, this is Ross Williams with the Merida Daily Journal. I'm writing up a brief on the Vision to Learn program going on. Just had a few quick questions.
Okay, so let's stop it right there and then hope that it got recorded. I'm not for sure whether the sound recorded or not. This is actually my third take on this video. So I am just hoping that it has worked this time. I'm not sure why my recording software is acting up all of a sudden, but hopefully we got through it. If we didn't, then I apologize for the sound that you had to hear or that you didn't have to hear, but you can go ahead and again find that video, Advocacy 101, Getting Your Library Story in the Local News Long. It's a very good video to watch, and you may just indeed want to watch the entirety of it. Aside from that, just a few closing thoughts. You all have been a wonderful class. You all did a lot of hard work in a very short period of time. So if you were able to make it through this course with all of this work in this short period of time, then you should be well on your way to succeed within the CISL program. There may be some classes that give you a little bit of trouble, but for the most part, you probably are well on your way to success. Another thing I want to mention is that just because I'm no longer your professor for this class, and even if you don't take another class with me, that does not mean that I am no longer in service to you. So if you need to do anything such as, if you need a letter of recommendation, you are looking for volunteer opportunities within the metro Kansas City area where I'm stationed, you need a second opinion on something that someone else has told you, you're free to reach out to me in that nature, and I will assist you as best as I possibly can. And just a few other things I want to leave you with. For one thing, don't wait until you're actually in the industry to try to start building up your resume a little bit. If you can volunteer, go ahead and do it. If you can attend your state conference, whether you live in Missouri or in another state, if you can go to a state conference on a student rate and you can't afford to go to any other conferences, then by all means, please go to your state conference, please network, please use any networking opportunities that you come across within CISL, because it's going to be very important for you to know and be on good terms with as many people as possible. One of my favorite rappers / singers, Yellow Wolf, he's got a song. It says, "Don't tell me sky is the limit, because it ain't about what you can do. It's about who knows who in this American dream." And that's some real shit. So you can take that to the bank. So please, please, please build up your reputation. Make sure that people know you, and make sure that you know people. And that is going to go a long way. And it's not too early to start. You do not need to wait for professional practice to start. Okay, I said I was going to keep this under 15 minutes. I'm going to do just that. If the sound didn't work on that video, I'm not going to do another take. So just look for the video and try to watch it. But that's going to be me. You all have been great. I've been Dr. Chase. You all have been Summer 2019, and we are out of here. Peace.